Okay. So let's see. So for y'all who was watching, I was doing a live, doing an analysis. Now, price went up here, shot up here, pulled back. I'm sure it's gonna continue to go back up. Like I say, you see it's 15 minutes starting to feather out. By the time we get around here, around 12:45 ish, it should really be going up. But it's already making this move up. This is a 5 minute. It broke through that channel. It's above the 9 and the 5 moving day average. This trend line that was made on an hour time frame, it gets to that. This the next step above here. Then this the next step. Then the next step. And when it's here, it's really out of there. And so this is just, if you see how I did my analysis, that's the type of work you got to do. You know, it take time. So you can't do this while you at work and trying to take a quick trade. And, you know, you got to really be locked in. So I'm up $145. So I'm just showing you how you can make a quick $50 a day, $100 a day. You got to know what you're doing. And this is nothing. So we at, hold up, I'm not on the camera. Back on the camera. So we at, what in the world? Hold up. All right, there we go. So we currently at like 682. So we looking to go, the recent high was 685. So we looking to push up somewhere there. So this is the next move we looking to take overthrow. So we the buyers, we trying to overthrow. We just overthrew the sellers. They had control all the way down here. Now we took it over. Now we're going to see how far it can go. Now, this is something that you can do and you should do for your risk management and for you to lock in profit. So just say, for instance, I can just sell right now and get 230. You could do something right here. So look at right here, average price 680. So that means when it comes to option, you times about 10. So it cost me $680 to buy this option. So what I can do is, if I go to sell, stop limit, I can put, if it goes to just say 680, or just say I say 685, then sell at 680. So this is what I bought it at. So this would be my break even. So if price just drops all the way down, I would lose nothing. When it hit 685, it would the stop price at 685. My limit price would be the sale price. It would sell at 680, which is what I was at when I bought it. So I would break even. My mic wasn't on, so I hope y'all at least was able to hear what I was saying, even on the phone part. But you know, some people like, so it was down here, so started going up. The sellers started taking control. Pull back. The buyers started taking control. Sellers pulled it back a little bit. Buyers started getting back in control. Sellers getting back. So we don't care if it have pullbacks, as long as it gradually continue to go up, as long as it stay above this line. And so we're looking at the VIX. It's not high. You know, it's still decent. It only been up 50 cents for the day. So even with this pullback, it could be reversing back down on us, or it could be just coming in to sweep some liquidity, knock some of those buyers out that had these stop losses here or here. So you got to just, you know, you got to have hour times on a chart. You just got to have index. It's still fierce, so that means people still uncertain, but it's higher than it's been. It was like 20 something yesterday. So, you know, I don't really like these wicks. Does that mean the buyers are getting weak? You know, so it can indicate there's selling going on. But we know what we're gonna sell at if it started to go against us too much. But this is just showing you how to analyze and how to trade these options and stuff, and how you can make what you want to make. You can easily make $50 a day. Like, let me see. It's going against me, but let's see where I'm at. Negative 75. So I'm about to go in and get up out of here. Let's see. Actually, this might be about $100 right here. And this is like a recent, like, just say right here, this is kind of a point to where it would support. So this could just be coming to knock out the people that's here, that got orders here or even orders here. You just gotta know, the game. I could take $100 loss here and then just be like, out of the 680 I put up, only lose 100, or I can take a little bit more and let it go right here and be willing to end it right here, because maybe they just want to knock these people out too. And then maybe it's going to go back up and all the way up. So this is just something you got to know, because you're going to lose. This one thing about it, you're going to lose. You always going to lose. Probably 70% more than you win. But the thing is, your wins has to be better. So you could lose 150 today to win 600 tomorrow, to lose 200 the next day, to win 400 the next day, to lose $30 the next day. You got to know what you're doing. So I'll get back to y'all with the results. So, quick update. I was in much as $200 drawdown. I was up as much as like $230, $250. Then I got as much as $200 drawdown. Then it went back up. I was up like $75. Then I went back down to like 140 something drawdown. Now I'm at 160. I'm at 65 drawdown. Now, this is why it's important to have time. I always say the number one thing with me, time is the number one aspect of trading. Give yourself time. Now, this option I got is just for today. It expires today. So my move got to be made today. And I don't advise holding it a long time for when you're doing day trading or scalping, especially like when you just got it for the same day. So early when I was up like 230 and I was telling y'all to, like, have it to where you're going to for sure get 100 or 50. That's what I normally would tell you to do. You have to know what you're doing. But so, it's kind of ranging here. It should go up, but just to show you. So now I'm positive 10. And so I was down as much as 200, but I know the levels and stuff like that, 35. And so I know how it moved. Also, when I was telling you around here, like 12:30ish, it should be feathering out. Almost 12:30. I said like 12:30, 1 o'clock. So maybe about 1 o'clock it'll be here. And so it should really, this should go green, and this should really be, starting to move up. It's kind of moving up, coming down, moving up. This might have made a double top, a double bottom, like a W, down here, up here, down here, then all the way back up to this level. So that's what we're looking for, to get somewhere up in here. But I'll start taking profit once I know it's trending up. Remember I told you about the RSI? You see that? It was at like 30, 35%. So it's up to 50. I told you anything up over 50. So we just got to keep it consistent, because it had got up here, but then it came down. And so we just needed to stay above 50. This is 39. We need this to get above 50. And then let's see on the higher time frame what we looking like. Okay, above 50 on the 56 on the 4 hour, 45 We need to get this up. We needed to get this over 50 on the hour time frame. So by 1 o'clock, hopefully we see this above 50, this hour time frame. But for the 4 hour, we are already above 50. So that's good to see. Let's go back to the 15 and the 5 minute. So they're still below 40. But this is it's not 50. It's kind of hovering, but it came from like 30, 35. So I'm just gonna let it do its thing, and hopefully bust back up through here, because you already bust through here. This range right here, it already bust through that. Then this trend, it bust through that. It's above the 9 and the 5-day moving average. It's currently above the 20-day moving average. We just needed to continue to go up. And so, you know, it's hovering right there. So we'll see. Okay, so we back in it. All right, hope y'all can hear me. We back in it. So I told you close to 12:30 to 1 o'clock, start going back up. 12:38. So about 1 o'clock, we should be seeing green, but it's making its way up. It broke above this range. It broke above this trend line, above the 9 and the 5-day moving average. Bust back up through there. This purple line is VWAP. This red looking line is 50-day moving average. Is approaching the 200. Once it's past there, it's gone. But remember, I was up as much as 230, then went down as much as 200. Now I'm up 360. Now I can take this profit right here, and like I tell y'all, so just say if you want to capture at least 300, where this 680, we would go to just say 980. So what we'll do is say we'll probably do something like 985. And if it hits 985, sell at 980. So if it goes up to like, just say $10, then it come down to 985, then it's going to sell at 980, which would give you $300. I'm going to wait. I want to see if it takes that. If it takes that 200 moving average, this green line. So remember, I told you this was the next thing. You see that say up from here. So then this the next one at around. So it's peaking there, and now you got another one right here. So if it takes that 200 moving average, I'm pretty sure it's going to take this one. Then this level is the next level, then here, and then the high 685. Now it may go up to 685. It may not go all the way up there, but we just looking. But I'm gonna put this whole video together so y'all can see how I analyze and then how I make it and how I take profit. But if y'all are doing this, if y'all are actually following it, start taking profit now. You know, part of me is research as well. Like I'm willing to lose the whole trade for me to research. This is how I learn my strategies and stuff. And so I will have you guys take profit now. Probably up maybe 400 or something. They don't want to show me. Okay, 433. You know, I'll probably have you guys take profit now. Up almost $500. Now I can reject at this 200 moving average. So you know, now if I see it stagnating at this, so it's right now, it's $400 point is like at the 200 moving average. So if it don't want to break above this, then we know it's kind of rejecting. We could take profit at 400, or we could just wait. Let it continue making this move. Because one thing that we do know, and one thing I say, as far as the way I trade is momentum. Now, this was at 30 something. Now it's at 62. So that means above 50, the momentum is upward. Look at here. Look at that. This was struggling at 39. Is above 50. We already know we go to the 4 and the hour. Them boys should be saying the same thing. So that's 60. That's the 4 hour. That's the hour. So everything is above 50. So the momentum is up. So we don't need to so we know we in an uptrend for now. We know we in an uptrend. And so, we could just let it keep going until it reverse. As long as I see this above 50, we can stay in the trade. Now you might have some pullbacks. Hold up, let me go. You might have some pullbacks here and there. So let me see. It may come back here a little bit. It may come back to this VWAP, then go up. So, you got to be prepared for it. So if you just say if I set my stop loss to where it's at now, and it comes down here, it's gonna stop me out. Now I will make the profit, but but how you get the biggest profit, the bigger reward, you got to be able to stay in it. And so, just say it's at 300 now, 325. So I was up like 455. So it's just up to you how you want to do it. I know I have my strategy, but I would be telling you guys to take profit now. Especially if your goal is just $50 a day, $100 a day. The way I show you set it up, you get in a play with plus $50, plus $100. So you gotta, just know what you're doing. And so we're gonna let this move come down a little bit, pull back, then see how much it's gonna go up. We still gonna wait 1 o'clock. We want to see this go green. As long as we're above 50%, these red don't scare us. They could pull back. Just like we was coming down, all these green, it still was coming down. All this green, it still was coming down. So the green wasn't scaring them because the momentum was below 50. So now we above 50. This red is not scaring us. You can pull back. And so now, just say what I would do is just say, for instance, now it's one thing, so risk management. So break even is 680. So it's no way that it should come back down this low. If it come back this low, some news happened or something crazy happened. So at this point, I can set my at 680. So if it goes to 685, then stop me out at 680. So if it drops all the way to 685 from $10, then it's gonna start me out at 680. So that means I would gain nothing for the day and lose nothing for the day. So that's just my safety net. Okay, I might have to put 690. 680. They're gonna let us do that. Okay, so it's at 985. So by chance, this thing drop all the way to 690, then it's gonna stop me out at 680, and then I'm just break even. So that's how early when I was in $200 drawdown, when I was like negative $200. So once you get up a certain amount, then you can put it at break even. So then you know, okay, at this point, even if I don't make nothing, I won't lose nothing. So since I'm just researching, I'm not just gonna take profit now. So this just showing y'all. So this up to y'all. So we gonna watch this now. When it gets now it's starting to get later in the day. Now when it gets around 1:30, close to 1:30, if it's still kind of like just ranging around 400-ish, 350, something like that, then at some point, I might just go and take profit just because I don't want to be on the charts all day. And also, it might just end up consolidating for the rest of the day. So, I don't want to hold in 350 and seeing if it's going to go up. And then later in the day, it just continues to range and it'll be around 350. But remember, keep an eye on that momentum, relative strength index. The momentum is upward. Get back at y'all. So I got to give y'all an update. Now, I got knocked out of the trade. Where did I get knocked out of the trade? I had a stop loss. I think when I last told y'all to set it for that I was going to set it for break even, it might have even been, no, it was about, I think right here, it knocked me out. Anyway, I shouldn't have set it at break even. I should have, because I said I was willing to lose at least 100 or so, and so I should have gave myself room. So this is the things you have to know. When you set your stop loss, a lot of time they come to sweep that liquidity and go back up. So I already knew it was going to pull back and go back up, but I was doing other stuff, and so I wasn't here sitting here to watch it. So it knocked me out. And I'm cool with being done for the day. But anyway, I was up as much. Y'all seen I was up as much as like 455. So now, and it moved up. It got above this green dotted line, the 200 moving average. Right here, when it was this was like 400 profit. So I would have been probably like 500 in profit. Now it made it to 680.84, and so it's gonna pull back. It's gonna probably keep going, probably to 685, or more. It can make a higher high if it needs to, but potentially I got stopped out. I didn't lose any money. I didn't make any money, but I gave up potentially $800+. It's probably at around 450 now. I would have been up like 450, and if it gets up to here, I could have been, for today, good $800 to $1,000. So, but I hope y'all learn how to do the analysis and how to read the charts. If you're looking at this all seems crazy, but if you go back and look at everything, by this time I done edit everything together, and you go back and look at the live that I did on Facebook, plus this video, then you'll have a good understanding how to analyze when to enter a trade and when to get out of trade, or how to stay in a trade and take and scale, and trail the profit, take profit as the price is rising. You'll learn all that. So, but I'm out for the day. We'll be back tomorrow.